one of the most important movies in my life is Limitless. Limitless basically talks about a person that was literally lost in his life, like almost middle age, lots of dreams, and nothing achieved, literally. And this is the situation of many people nowadays. The point is that that guy suddenly, like in any movie, received a kind of help from a magic pill. That pill basically brought to him the ability of having unlimited focus, unlimited clarity, unlocking like the brain power. And at that point, his life changed totally. And this movie impacted me so much for the simple reason that when I saw this, I was literally lost in my life. And I was feeling so much that sensation on coming back and knowing what you desire, what you want, what to do. And then also many people feels the same way. And what to say? This sensation is something that nowadays I kind of recover. Like I'm getting much more clarity about the things in my life. And well, this wasn't easy because the focus is one of the most important currency in this era. And people are literally stealing from us our focus. So even for me, I didn't have any more focus and clarity. Even though I discovered the magic world of personal development, funny thing, literally in that moment, like nearby the period when I saw that movie, and for me it was like an enlightenment. This was like, yes, I will be that way. And what to say? At that point, basically, I realized how even the personal development world is a kind of rabbit hole. In fact, I went there looking for a form of savior, like in order to save my life, to change my life. And well, it was just a rabbit hole. I mean, not in a negative way because I learned a lot, but I realized that it takes a lot to learn all those things. And well, at that point, I understood that this would be a lifetime project. And this is when I realized that I wanted to launch like a new project related to fitness, but much more forward than simple fitness. In fact, I want to cover with my new program, my new project, La Dolce Vita Formula, all the areas of life, because in life there are so many things that are important for us, and quite often we forget about this stuff because even the personal development world is a kind of lonely world for the simple reason that you go in there, you learn, but you just self-isolate more because probably you had some bad moment in life that made you prefer to stay on your own. And this was me. This is so many people that were around me in that moment. I mean, digitally, not physically. And this is the point that quite often we are more present in the digital world than in the real world. And why I did call it La Dolce Vita? Because La Dolce Vita basically is an Italian movement, let's say, that started like in the last century with people that were enjoying the slow living, the connection, the good food, the present moment. Things that nowadays are not present anymore. And in my dream life, in my dream actually, I wanted to bring it back. Like, I know that this is something important, first of all for me, and of course, it's kind of my ikigai. Like, I can help so many people because I know how many people are feeling the same way. And well, this became my mission. To be honest, just being selfish because I wanted to feel good. I wanted to learn and feel good again. But I know that deep dive, like in that area, there are so many people that could benefit from that. And that's why I started to shift from fitness that, well, even in that area, the world needs a lot of help. I know. But I wanted to be like wider because my interest is not just the fitness, and even though I'm nowadays a kind of entrepreneur, it feels really strange for me to call me entrepreneur, but this is what I am right now. But the point is that even though I'm a businessman, I don't mind about the money because, like I always say, one day I will die. So it's more about the things that you bring to others, because living the life is even helping others' life. And well, this is my future project and probably my life project because it's something that well, you never know, but I want to develop on the long term, and this is what I will do. I want to try to bring it back like la dolce vita, like the slow living, the connection between humans, because nowadays people are more connected on social and more disconnected from reality. And even though we pretend to be like in contact with more people, like the followers, etc., in reality we are far away from the others. So yeah, unfortunately this is totally the opposite. And today I realized how much even like the resources that we have are stolen from the digital world. And I always talk about these three currencies: the ETF, that normally in the finance world they are related to, let's say, to the stock market, because it's a mix of an ETF is a mix of stocks, basically, that the goal is to have like the best outcome possible, averaging like the top performers in a certain area, let's say, or in a certain field, in a certain way. And well, ETF for me is something that I talk quite often, but for me it's different. For me, ETF is energy, time, and focus. Three resources that quite often are stolen from us, especially from the digital world. Energy, well, we are more tired than ever, and funny thing, we move less than ever, but our mind is totally deactivated, stolen. Like the energy of our mind is literally stolen from this digital world. Time, same. When you start scrolling, is a never-ending moment, basically. And well, even though in the personal development world I started to disconnect from all the social media, etc., if you work like with other people and on social media, and because I started this year to intensify my social media posting, at that point you realize that it's kind of hard. It's like playing against titans. And I realized this when I was just 9 years old, when my grandma gave to me like present the first personal computer. I had no connection at the time because it was 2002, yeah, 2001 probably, yeah. I had no internet connection, no even real games. I had just demo games. But the point is that even at that point, I was so addicted that I shifted from like a perfect student that I was, because I loved to learn. I remember like I was like a child who wanted to study. The perfect student then became like a distracted person, someone with the third resource, that is the focus, totally stolen. And well, this is like our era, like this actual era, where energy is missing, time is never enough, and focus is non-existent, basically. What to say? In my program, I wanted to focus on these things, even because, I realized that even though I'm a fitness coach and a business owner in a certain way, there are things that are very important. And even though like the fitness world give you like a good body, even with the abs, even with the six pack, this doesn't mean that you are energetic. If you don't sleep enough and if you don't eat well, doesn't matter if you have the six pack. Aesthetic and being fit are two different things. Being energetic is a different thing. I know that for many people doesn't resonate, but trust me, people that are very shredded and this kind of stuff, quite often they are not fit. Or even people that look very fit actually are in a bad shape. Internally, of course. Externally, the aesthetic is amazing. And even like the time, we focus on money. I started this business because I wanted to have more money in order to have more time. And this is true, like the money in a certain way can buy the time. But there is a limit. Because even when I didn't work at all, let's say, I was like, I don't have time. How is this possible? Well, because those three resources are interconnected. Because energy, time, and focus are very, very interconnected. And well, if you make other people steal your focus, because remember that we are in the attention economy, this will be hard for you. So, what I want to say is that try one thing that will totally shift your life. Well, of course, I'm talking about joining our beta project, our beta cohort. Actually, it's more an alpha cohort, but I'll try to accelerate as much as possible, even because I discovered these days that when I'm live on YouTube, even just with study with me things, I have much more focus. So I will accelerate a lot. And well, what to say? Try to join us in this beta cohort that I'm giving like just at the beginning, like the minimum price for £32. It's like a very alpha project yet. There is not even the correct name right now, like I'm just starting, so sorry for the promotional stuff, but it's like £32 is a total mess, but I will try to create the best project possible, even because it's my personal project. It's something related to my values, so it's just not about the money for me. It's something that came from my mind, like all the things that I have in my mind, all my desire, all my dreams, etc., they are there. All my knowledge will be there, so will be something important to me. But yeah, that said, well, you can join that one, or joking aside, try to do one thing. For 1 week, try to remove the phone and let me know how you feel in terms of energy, in terms of time, in terms of focus. Let me know if your ETF is rising, giving like a good ROI. So let me know if the return of investment is amazing or not. And yeah, it was 1 week, etc. Okay. Take the phone, remove it for 2 days. Just 2 days. You can do that. Of course, don't replace the phone with the TV. Don't replace the phone with the laptop. Don't replace with the same things, basically. It's like when people stop to smoke and then start to eat, or vice versa. Don't do something that compensates that and is still damaging you. And well, I don't remember if it was Seneca or Aristotle that was saying that at that time, there was no phone, of course, was saying the books are the distractions of man. Funny, eh? And now nowadays we try to read in order to regain some focus from the phone. But yeah. Well, 2 days. Remove the phone, remove the laptop, remove the TV, remove even the books, I don't know, or if you want, try to read. But let me know how you feel in terms of energy, how much time you have, and the focus. This is just my personal challenge for you. And if you feel good, well, feel free to join us, because we'll talk a lot about this. And of course, not just this. I want to cover all the areas of life, like a lost guy that wanted to find the way back to a good life, to la dolce vita. And well, I am pretty close to that one. So feeling so good, feeling so excited. It's a mess, I tell you, at least now at the beginning, but I try to make it the best project as possible. Feel free to join, and yeah. And hopefully, if you enjoy the 2 days challenge, you will enjoy even more what I have for you. I see you there.